All right, so it is an interesting trend on social media. People are taping their mouths while they sleep. This is a video. They claim it helps them sleep better by forcing them to breathe through their nose, and as a result, they sleep deeper and better, feeling more rested when they wake up. So we want to know, does this really work, and is this safe? Joining us now is Dr. Akram Shabani. He is a pulmonologist at Ascension St. Vincent's Riverside. Good morning. Thanks for being here.
Morning.
All right, try not to laugh, right? Okay, so because we looked at these and thought, really? But there are so many of these kinds of videos online. We feel like we need to clear up any kind of confusion that might exist. So let's first start with the theory, okay? So the theory is that by taping the mouth closed and forcing you to breathe through your nose, as I mentioned, helps you breathe better. Is that true?
Well, breathing through your nose is physiologically superior than breathing through your mouth. Your nose is your first line of defense for your immune system. You sort of detect any what we call pathogens, allergens through your nose, and that triggers your immune system to, come up with a plan to defend against that potential illness. Your nose also is kind of your built-in filter, humidifier, and pressurizes the air to go into your lungs. So the air that is going into your lungs is more purified than any polluted air that you would breathe directly through your mouth. Now, habitual mouth breathers are people that tend to have some sort of abnormality within their nose or their sinuses or in their upper airway that would obstruct the flow of air from the nose into our lungs, and then they depend on their mouth for breathing. So,
taping that closed, that might not be a good idea.
It may not be a good idea if you have some sort of an obstruction in your upper airway, or if you have sinusitis, or if you have polyps in your nose. So that's something that you need to,
And you might not know that,
Exactly.
because you haven't seen a doctor about it. You just think, well, I just breathe through my nose when I sleep. Okay, So let's just look at some of the tapes we're talking about. We're not talking about duct tape, right? I mean, so some of this is medical tape. There's some, as you can see with this one, nightly mouth tape. It's even, marketed as such, where it has a little slit through the tape itself to kind of help so that if for some reason you have maybe, your nose is stuffy, you can still breathe. Is it a good idea to use tape like this at night? Is it safe, for you to sleep?
Yeah. Again, if you want to consult with a medical professional before doing something like this, because there is a number of conditions that you may have that you may want to go through the proper diagnosis before proceeding with something like this. For instance, obstructive sleep apnea is a very, very common condition, and it's the reason why a lot of people have symptoms of snoring and daytime sleepiness and fatigue. And you would need to go through what we call a sleep study in order to establish a proper diagnosis. And if you have moderate to severe obstructive sleep apnea, something like this will not be enough of a treatment, and that could have significant impact on your heart health, on your brain health, and in your overall quality of care and quality of life in general. The different types of tape, across what I saw during my research, I didn't see that there's significant difference between the perforated types of tape and the ones that don't have any perforations. There are small studies, clinical studies, that looked at the outcomes with the different types of tape. They were not what we call head-to-head studies. They didn't compare the perforated versus the non-perforated. But in the small studies, there wasn't a significant difference in the outcome that they achieved.
Kinds of tapes that are
Correct.
used. And I just wanted to clarify, too, because I actually did a three-part series on sleep apnea and snoring, for example, with Dr. Peter Nassar. And the reality is that sleep apnea is very serious. If you essentially, people are stopping breathing and wake themselves up when that happens. If you're taping your mouth closed, you have to be cognizant of the fact that if you have sleep apnea that's causing that can be an issue because you need to be able to wake yourself up by breathing.
Absolutely, yes. And you want to think of your mouth as your backup airway. If there is any obstruction from your nose and distal to that, your mouth is going to be sort of like your rescue backup airway. So if you're occluding your mouth and you're obstructed from your nose or if your upper airway, you're not going to have an airway. And so
Right.
that can be detrimental to your health.
So at the end of the day, the theory that breathing through your nose is better is true.
Absolutely,
It's
yes.
definitely better.
No question about it.
How you do that is the question. And so before you try anything like this, your final message.
My final message is, please check with your healthcare professional, with your primary care physician, check with a sleep specialist. If you have symptoms of daytime sleepiness, fatigue, snoring, look into getting a sleep study.
Snoring in particular, too,
snoring
because
in
this
particular,
has been some,
yes.
Dr. Shabani, thank you.
Thank you
Great
so
advice,
much.
and we appreciate it. So tomorrow on the morning show, we're going to put another trend to the test. This time, it's oil pulling, which is essentially kind of, swishing oil in your mouth. I just have to laugh when I read some of these. Yep, Vic's trying it. It claims to improve gum health and fight cavities, but does it actually work? That's tomorrow at 8:15. I'm glad he got that job. We'll be right back.